What's going on, comic book community? Long Box Love Affair here. I picked up a collection, a banker's box full of comics. Now, these were mostly books that I didn't care about, but there was a handful of books that I thought that really intrigued me, and frankly, there was one book that I really wanted, and I think what I paid for the collection was worth it with just the one book. So I'm going to show the books that I think are most promising in this collection that I'm either going to keep or hold on to for a limited period of time. And some of these are definitely personal collection books, but most of these are ones that I either have already or just a means to an end. So these are the ones that I thought were worth it. And frankly, the pictures had these two comics on the ad, and this is the one I was really hoping for, but I have been hunting this one as well. So I don't have this issue. This is What If 105, first appearance of Spider-Girl, I think they call her, Spider-Girl. So this is an alternate version of Peter Parker and Mary Jane's daughter. Essentially, what if she survived? Because there was a loose end in the mid-90s. They said that Mary Jane miscarried, and in fact, what if that baby did survive? Which it looked like she did, but then they never addressed it. They showed the baby being carried off by Norman Osborn's lackeys. So this is a really nice copy. I went out there on faith. The price was decent, and I actually got an even better deal when I got there. He took another $30 off. So the price of the collection, which was full in that box, was worth this one book. So this is one I'm definitely going to get pressed and cleaned and graded eventually, and it'll definitely be part of my collection for a bit. It does have like a very minor, little thing that could be pressable on the top cover. And so that means I think it's at least a 9.6. It could be very well a 9.8 after some cleaning, which those go for a lot of money. And I wasn't going to pay those eBay prices. So I was excited to find this book. This was sticking out of the box picture, as was this one. And this book, What If 108, is essentially what if Carnage symbiote took over the Silver Surfer? And so you have Carnage battling the Avengers in here, using the Silver Surfer's cosmic powers. This book heated up a couple years ago, maybe a year or so ago. Definitely not a near mint. It's probably very fine plus, but was excited to pick this up because I never see this book. Both of those books I never see. I had a chance to buy the Spider-Girl for about 60 or 80 bucks a year ago, and I hedged on it, and I should have just bit the bullet. So and this book seems to fetch around 50 bucks these days. This one, there's an eBay auction right now for 165. Buy it now, and I think that's probably what it's been going for, but it's not what I'm willing to spend. So other books, I'm going to show some of the keys that I think are noteworthy. Maybe they're very, very minor keys. And then what I might do is the rest of the video, I'll just highlight the various aspects of the collection. So anyone that's just looking for key books or minor books, you can watch this first part. And then if you don't care about everything else, you can tune out. But it had Ghost Rider 90, 91, and 92. And these are low print 90s Ghost Rider books. I think 93 was the final issue. You'd have to double check on that. And then it was left hanging for years. They never finished the series. They canceled it. And they eventually published a finale book. So these are low print run, decent grade here. Probably very fine to near mint. Also just kind of a cool book. These are all in great condition. Hawkeye #1. Not sure if that has any legs. The Black Panther, gosh, when did this come out? In the late 2000s. Now I'm curious. I need to double check. Everyone's probably screaming at their screen that they know the year, but this came out fairly recently. It's one of the past Black Panther storylines. Ta-Nehisi Coates. There's no 2016. So I've never had this issue, so that's awesome. The last issue of Marvel Team Up was Spider-Man 150. It's a nice Barry Windsor Smith cover. It's a newsstand. What year? It doesn't say. 1984. So there you go. There's an interesting run of Deadpool books, starting with the Deadpool Encyclopedia. These books did have some legs back in the day. The Deadpool Annual with Death, and this is a kind of a cool cover. I had this a long time ago, so it's essentially a wraparound. You got Death on the back. It looks like Ed McGuinness cover, but it's not. He did the early issues of this Deadpool run. So that's cool to have, as well as, I don't know why I put this in here, but Spider-Man with Devil, Dinosaur, and Moon Boy. I don't think that's a key. Deadpool and Whittle Wade, sort of like an X-Baby. I've never had this book. Some old Amazing Spider-Man 248 and 268. And then some cool X Factor 30, where Beast gets deferred, F-U-R. That's in really great shape. X Factor 15, where Angel loses his wings. Another copy of that. 2 copies of this book, X Factor 19, The First Horseman of the Apocalypse. And this is, I think, the second or third appearance of Apocalypse, especially on the cover. So that's great. And then there's a series of 2 books, X Factor 21 and 22, that include the cameos of Archangel, I should say, when he became the Horseman of Death for Apocalypse. And then I love this cover. This is a classic Simonson cover, X Factor 25. So didn't get X Factor 24. He had sold some of his keys. I'm surprised he didn't sell his What If 105, the Spider-Girl story, because that is now a key book. And it's hard to find in good condition, but it probably wasn't the key back when. But he knew enough to show the book in his pictures for the ad. So I was excited to get those books, but like I said, primarily just wanted the first 2 books that I showed. So next, I'm just going to show some of the other books that are in this collection. So stick around if you want to see some just filler books, see what else I have to contend with. Okay, folks, I'm going to try to go through these pretty quickly. So I got some old Iron Man, 164, 177, 119. That's a cool cover. I really like that cover. 192, 193, Iron Man 200. Always those round issues, milestone issues. 204, 205, 208. Next we have some more X Factor, so 2, 7, 8. These are early appearances of Freedom Force, Richter, Skids, Boom Boom. We got some classic Jean Grey, Phoenix action there. Doubles of these, doubles of these. We have X Factor 17. I thought this was a key with the Angel stuff, but I don't think it is. 18. He liked X Factor. 20, 27, 20, 30. It's a cool cover with Orphan Maker. I love the Inferno storyline. I got that. This is a cool cover as well. Evolutionary War versus the High Evolutionary. This I had to look at. It is faded. It's like dark brown. And I was like, is this a printing error? But I think it was just exposed to the sunlight. Also another rough copy of 11 and 12. Never seen this before. Pint-sized X-Babies from the pages of X-Men, Mojo versus Arcade. Fun cover. I'm going to look into that. Really beater copy of Uncanny X-Men. Got Mutant X. And Amazing X-Men from Age of Apocalypse, #1. Generation Next, #2. 3, and 4. Alrighty, Marvel Team Up 133. The final issue of Green Goblin, I believe that is. Probably a lower print run. Web Spinners, Tales of Spider-Man, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 5, number 10. Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 2, number 3, number 10. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, number 2, number 3, number 6, number 10, Cool, John Romita Jr., Venom cover, although it is a little loose, unfortunately. Oh, it's missing a staple. Is that a printing error? Nope, it's just a misuse error. Spider-Man Adventures 11 with the Hobgoblin. Spider-Man 28. Redemption number 2 with Kane. Number 3. This is all part of the Clone Saga. And number 4. That's a cool cover. Untold Tales 25. Marvel Adventures 2. Spider-Man Team Up with Dracula number 6. Amazing Spider-Man Hit and Run number 3. Untold Tales of Spider-Man Strange Encounters. Slingers 0, 1, 2, 3, 7. Chapter 1, number 1. John Byrne artwork. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. All right, some miscellaneous Marvels. So we got Captain America 8. That's a cool Kubert cover. The Supernaturals. Never seen that before. Ghost Rider. You got Lord Pumpkin from the Ultraverse. So yeah, they got that. Number 1 and 2. Elektra 15. Again, these are random. 18, 19. Deodato covers and art internally. Journey into Mystery 517 with Black Widow. 519, 520, 521. Strange Tales with Werewolf and Man-Thing 1 and 2. Fantastic Four 217, or 271, I mean. 281. Look at that, Sue Storm. 290. Gambit 1, Gambit 3, Thor 367, Avengers Annual from 1998, X-Force Champions Annual from 98, X-Man Hulk from 98 with Thanos. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm going to keep that out and take a look. Annual Fantastic Four, Elektra and Spider-Man. What If 42. What If 47 with Loki's and the Hammer. That's a pretty cool cover. What If 113. Let's see. Punisher. This is when he became like a Agent of Hell or a supernatural Punisher. Bernie Wrightson and Joe Jusko cover. So we got number 1, 2, 3. Coming back from the dead or something. 4. Those will be interesting to look at. I'm going to pull those aside to prioritize my looking. Iron Fist 1, 2, and 3. Iron Man: The Golden Age, pretty cool. Busick, Zurcher, McLeod cover and art. Number 1 and 2. Got Avengers Next, Next, number 1, 2, 3. We've got J2, which is apparently, what is this, the son of Juggernaut? Yeah, the son of the original Juggernaut. Number 1. Number 2. Avengers Rough Cut. That's the Busick and George Perez era. 7. And 9. Classic, lots of characters, lots of stuff going on. Nameless, number 6. Run, Love, Kill, 1, 2, 3. Intersect, never heard of this one. Number 1. Clerks Holiday Special. Jay and Silent Bob 3. Where's 1 and 2? Who knows? Battle Chasers 4. Royal City. And last, Omega Men, number 1. So there you go. Like I said, these are mostly filler issues or books that, you know, just randoms. But the first bunch I showed were the ones I was most excited about. But I'm definitely looking forward to digging into some of these other things, including the Punishers. So appreciate y'all watching. Thanks, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.